My name is Aishwarya Balakrishna. I am an Indian American daughter of immigrants, and I've grown up here in Naperville for a lot of my life. I attended District 204 schools, and I'm a graduate of Neuqua Valley High School. Go Wildcats. And after attending high school and school here, I got my Bachelor's of Science in Health Sciences from Purdue University, and then a Master's of Public Health from Benedictine University. And now I am a practicing public health professional right here in the Naperville and Greater Will County area. And specifically in my work, I work on programs around substance use prevention and maternal and child health in our community. And I'm also big on advocacy, and I advocate for a lot of public health issues in our community, and I enjoy working with our elected leaders and community leaders to improve outcomes. So I'm running because I believe the Park District and programs are an essential component and factor contributing to health outcomes. And as a public health professional, I want to make sure they continue to be accessible, affordable, and inclusive to everybody here in our city. And they're an integral part of our community, and really the parks are a top reason, and schools are both top reasons why many people live in Naperville, they move to Naperville, and they stay here. And having grown up here, I really understand firsthand the benefits of our parks. And my three priorities include, improving public health through health initiatives through our park district, focusing more on mental health, and maintaining accessibility and affordability and inclusivity of our programs, and then also maintaining responsible investments of the large budget of the park district. And outside of my work, I'm also a student of the Park District. I take part in the Bollywood class, so it's been a really fun experience. And I'm also the youngest candidate here, so I'm excited to bring a new perspective to our Board of Commissioners if elected.
The Park District recently completed an indoor recreation space needs assessment. How should the Park District address the needs for indoor aquatics?
This was a really cool process, and actually I was one of the respondents. I got the survey sent to my house, so it was really cool to participate in the process. And I went to, there were a couple meetings that I went to in person where the staff was presenting the data. So this was a very cool process, and I want to applaud the Park District in going through this process. And so, yeah, as everyone has expressed, community members have really expressed that they want indoor aquatics, and a pool, an indoor pool specifically, is a really great and unmet need that they're seeing. So, and as Alison mentioned also, it looks like 48% said they'd be willing to pay for an indoor activity center with a pool. Again, willing to pay for it through additional about $60 to $85 in property tax over the next 20 years. And this would, obviously be voted on through a bond referendum. And so I think the Park District has done a wonderful job in gathering and analyzing this data and really looking at, again, demographics and what we need now and what we might need down the road. And so I think the next steps really, and I know they're already doing some of this, is to really engage more of the community, community leaders and partners on the results of the survey, and then also obviously looking to put this to a vote and getting input on where a potential new facility could be located, or again, repurposing space if that's possible. So, obviously if it comes down to a referendum, which I would support, because I do think the community voice is the most important thing here, and people need to vote for what they want to see. And it would be similar to what the District 204 just passed, and would be developed, and voted on in a future election. So really my priority here is taking into consideration the community as a whole, and I would support the expansion if the community votes for it, and it's a long-term process. So I would definitely support it, through that process.
Based on the recent survey, how can the Park District balance programs and facilities between North and South Naperville? Another hot topic.
Yeah, so again, this is also, with the survey looking at that, and I know, I want to applaud the Park District with all the amazing outdoor facilities that are available in South Naperville. Again, I agree that it's been so creative, and like the Nature Center especially has been such a cool facility that I know many people are participating in programs there. And as South Naperville is continuing to grow, I also grew up in South Naperville, and especially over these past 20 years, it's grown, it's continuing to expand. So I do support having more indoor facilities there, and I know a lot of residents are wanting more facilities there. So they have that access closer to them. They don't have to drive across the city to be able to go to programs. And I think that's a really big, again, inclusive and accessibility piece that we really need to look at and prioritize. And currently there's a heavy concentration in North, and like obviously Fort Hill is in more kind of central Naperville. So looking into how we can expand spaces in South Naperville, and obviously getting community input on that is really, really important. And I want to continue to do that. I want to continue to make sure the residents' needs are met, and considering the conclusions of the indoor needs assessment as well. And we know that people want to see more facilities, and we want to make sure we continue to have those conversations, take everything into consideration, and then make those decisions based on that, and make sure, again, that the residents' voices are prioritized.
As the population of Naperville ages and more seniors choose to age in place, what, if anything, would you like to see the Park District do to accommodate this population?
Yeah, so this question is really important, and it's a really personal one to me because I've been a primary caretaker for my grandmother for several years until she passed away in 2021 was one of the main reasons I moved back to Naperville. So I care immensely about seniors in our community, and parks and the programming that the Park District offers is a great way to not just keep up with physical health, but also the mental health piece. And as Leslie was mentioning earlier too, we know that there is a senior loneliness epidemic, and with my background in public health, this is a really big concern for me and something that I'm interested in addressing through our parks and our programs. And as it's already been said, we have incredible programs at the Park District for seniors, and I think we just want to focus on promoting that and continuing to expand that. So we have amazing activities. We can expand some on that. And then I also want to make sure that the seniors know that these programs exist, and get them motivated, get them to sign up and come meet new people. And I think that's a great way to address that loneliness and have them engage with new people. And I would support more community events for seniors as well, and also health education opportunities to look at how they can prevent chronic diseases and things like that. So that's something I support as well. And also with this, more diverse activities, because also something that I saw in the survey is our population is aging, and is also aging diversely. So that is something we want to look at as well, and making sure the programming is continuing to reflect the diversity of our population, and making sure the programming is welcoming. And something I also want to plug here is the Park District has a great partnership with WDSRA, the Western DuPage Special Recreation Association. They do a lot to help folks who have disabilities, intellectual and physical, to make sure programs are accessible. And this is something I think we should be making sure seniors have access to as well. So I support making sure that continues.
What policy or action would you support or would you like to see to help the Naperville Park District become more inclusive?
Yeah, so I think inclusivity is such a core focus and pillar of the Park District and all the programming. And I, again, want to applaud the Park District for continuing to make sure this is a priority. So I support increasing accessibility to programming. The fee assistance program, again, is a great way to make sure that people who have that inability to pay full amounts are able to still participate and have that access. And then, of course, again, the WDSRA, helping those who have disabilities be able to fully participate in programming and engage with everybody else is so, so important. And again, I think we just really need to continue engaging with community members and asking them to see what they want to see and what kind of new programs and new ideas that they have. And we need to continue to increase the programming that will resonate with the diverse community as well, and it's reflective of the diverse people and also diverse interests, right? And being South Asian, an example of this is I know with our population, cricket is super important to our population, so that's something to look into as well. But again, I think it's really just taking into consideration what people want to see, engaging interests, and then looking into that and being diligent about that. And I would also support, more cultural activities through our Park District. I think it's a great way to celebrate our diversity and expose, our population to something, maybe that they haven't seen before, or meet new people. And again, as I mentioned before, I'm a participant in the Park District's Bollywood class. It's been such a great way to connect with my culture, but then meet other people and meet people outside of my culture who are so appreciative of it, and be able to meet people that way and be appreciative of each other and share that cultural diversity. And I really do believe that everybody should feel a sense of belonging in our community and in every program they participate through in the Park District.
What, if any, sustainability/green initiatives do you support or recommend for the district?
Yeah, so I support all the green initiatives the Park District is doing, and I would love to look into seeing, continuing to expand that. And there's wonderful sustainability initiatives, including natural and sustainable materials to maintain outdoor facilities, also maintaining a lot of the natural areas, the landscapes, and obviously doing pest control, making sure habitats for our essential wildlife are preserved. I know there's been a lot of shoreline restoration happening as well, and use of electrical vehicles, and I know there was the Dark Skies resolution, which Leslie helped lead as well to protect our birds. So, I want to continue looking into how we can, expand these initiatives, but also looking for partnerships and effective cost-sharing opportunities to implement these initiatives. So a recent example is the shoreline restoration, which was along the DuPage River. I know that was in collaboration with DuPage County Stormwater Management Department, so that was a cool cost-sharing opportunity there. So I would definitely be in favor of looking into more of that and continuing to invest and also sharing the costs with our partners. And another example of initiative that I would support, I was actually doing some research at other park districts. I was looking at Glen Ellen specifically, and something they have that's cool that I would love to see here is having anti-idling zones. So essentially idling is cars just kind of running without moving, and fuels and exhaust is kind of just coming and polluting the air, and fuel exhaust can also be a trigger for asthma. So maybe looking into this and seeing, especially in our outdoor areas where there are children, a lot of activities going on, seeing how we can maybe reduce some of that happening and keeping our air clean and protecting the lung health of our neighborhoods. So that's also something new that I saw that I wanted to bring up as well. But yeah, I love the sustainability activities and would continue to support them.
In a minute or less, at the end of the day, why should the residents cast a vote for you?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I have grown up here in Naperville for so much of my life. I've been a beneficiary of the parks for so many years, and so I really understand the vital role that they play in our communities and the relationships we have in our communities. And with my public health background and experience in advocacy, working collaboratively to improve health outcomes, and my strategic planning experience, I do believe I have the experience to be a valuable addition to this board. I'm also proud to be the youngest candidate and bring a new perspective to the board in that manner, because we have a growing young population here as well. And I'm proud to be Indian American and bring a new diverse voice to this board if elected as well. So, my main goal is to improve public health outcomes, bring more focus to mental health, and make sure residents feel a sense of community and belonging in every park that they're in and every program they participate in. And I have a lot to offer with my background and experience and commitment to improving outcomes, and I hope to earn your vote on April 1st.